Hello everyone and welcome to Sunup. I'm Lyndall Stout. The battle against weeds is always an issue for producers, and that's where we want to begin today with some weed control options. Joining us now is Angela Post, our OSU Extension Weed Science Specialist. And Angela, we've talked a lot about the rains and how they've benefited the crops. How have the rains these past few months impacted weeds?
Well, we have been very lucky this season to have good rain at the proper timings to get our wheat in the ground. And we've had several rains since many producers put their wheat in the ground. We did get an early flush of weeds this season, and I think many producers were able to take care of that weed flush with their final tillage pass and tillage systems. In no-till, many of our folks were able to take care of that with a burn down application. But now that we have our wheat in the ground and it's up and growing, those weeds are starting to creep back into our fields, and we're seeing those as well.
And what kinds of weeds are you seeing? What should producers be on the lookout for?
So right now I think many of our broadleaves for the winter are coming up. We have a lot of henbit and some Carolina gerania coming in. Some folks may also see chickweeds and some vetches as far as other broadleaf weeds go. And grassy weeds, we're starting to see our ryegrass, our cheat, our downy brome, those things come into our fields, and producers are beginning to think about herbicide programs for that.
And in terms of their treatment options, let's start with the broadleaf. What kind of things do they need to be doing right now? And timing is sort of everything this time of year.
Right, so many producers will try and do broadleaves and grasses together, but if you're thinking about them separately, a lot of folks will use 2,4-D or other phenoxy herbicides at this time of year. So you want to be very careful about timing on that in order to prevent yield loss. For 2,4-D and dicamba applications, it's important to wait until after the 2 to 4 leaf stage. We want to be applying during the tillering stage, which is essentially now, and then prior to jointing in the wheat. After jointing, we also have opportunity for injury from 2,4-D and other phenoxy herbicides.
That's some good advice on the broadleaves. What about the grassy weeds that you're seeing? What kind of treatment should they be doing, and timing not quite as critical?
For grassy weeds, timing is not critical as far as injury to wheat goes, but it's going to be critical for your actual weed control. We want to have very small, our grasses to be very small when we make applications. And most folks are thinking about products like Finesse and Glean. A lot of folks have already gone out with PowerFlex to take care of their grassy weeds. And some of those products also do have activity on broadleaves as well.
Okay, Angela Post, our Extension Weed Science Specialist. Great advice. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Now, one of the goals, of course, of weed science research and other agricultural studies is to help producers reduce losses.